Have you ever looked at a dirty old quarter and thought, it's just 25 cents? What if I told you one ordinary-looking Washington quarter, the kind that could be hiding in your pocket right now, recently shocked the auction world? What if I told you that collectors are hunting certain quarters so aggressively that some of them are turning into silent treasure legends? Today on US MintX, we are uncovering 5 Washington quarter-dollar coins that are not just rare, not just collectible, but powerful hidden assets in today's market. These coins look ordinary. Some are yellowish. Some look gray and dirty. Some don't even have a mint mark. And that's exactly why people are accidentally losing them every single day. One of the coins we're about to reveal has exploded in value in today's auction market, and the demand is rising fast. The market is moving. The collectors are watching. And the smart ones are searching. Stay with me until the end, because the final value reveal of coin number 1 will shock you. This is US MintX, where hidden metal becomes revealed treasure. Let's begin. Coin number 1, Washington quarter, $1,952, no mint mark, yellowish and gray-black toned, dirty fine condition. There is something mysterious about the 1,952 Washington quarter with no mint mark. At first glance, it doesn't scream treasure. It doesn't shine like a freshly minted coin. It often carries a yellowish tone mixed with gray-black patina. It may even look dirty, worn, or overlooked. But this is where the story begins. Because sometimes, the greatest treasures hide behind the most ordinary appearances. The 1,952 Washington quarter was struck during a powerful era in American history. The nation was stepping deeper into the Cold War. Industry was booming, and silver coinage was still part of everyday life. These coins were used, exchanged, stored, forgotten, and lost in drawers for decades. When a 1,952 quarter has no mint mark, that means it was struck at the Philadelphia Mint. At the time, mint marks were not placed on Philadelphia issues, which makes identifying condition and strike quality even more critical for collectors today. This coin is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper. That alone already gives it intrinsic strength and metallic power. It carries a weight of 6.25 grams. The diameter stands at 24.3 millimeters. Its thickness measures approximately 1.75 millimeters. Its reeded edge gives it that classic American quarter identity: strong, sharp, historic. The obverse features the iconic profile of George Washington, designed by John Flanagan. His calm yet determined gaze symbolizes leadership and endurance. On the reverse, the majestic eagle spreads its wings over a bundle of arrows, resting on olive branches, power balanced with peace. But here's where things become intense. Most 1,952 quarters were heavily circulated. Many were melted for silver. Many were damaged. Many were cleaned improperly. But when one survives in a naturally aged, original fine condition, especially with that untouched yellowish and gray-black toning, collectors pay attention. That toning is not dirt. It is history. It is time captured on metal. It is authenticity. Natural patina proves the coin hasn't been harshly cleaned or altered. And in the collector world, originality is everything. A 1,952 no mint mark quarter in dirty fine condition with natural aging tells a story. It proves survival. It proves it escaped melting. It proves it was not polished, not tampered with, not stripped of character. And here's what most people don't realize. Certain 1,952 quarters exhibit sharper strikes and exceptional preservation beneath that natural toning. When collectors discover one with strong details in Washington's hair and clear feather definition on the eagle, even in fine condition, demand rises dramatically. Demand. Rarity is not just about mintage numbers. It's about survival rate. It's about condition scarcity. It's about originality. Millions were made. But how many remain in untouched, naturally aged fine condition today? Far fewer than you think. Auction markets have started to notice something. Demand for mid-century silver quarters in original condition has been increasing steadily. Serious collectors are building complete Washington quarter sets. And when they need that 1,952 Philadelphia issue in strong, fine condition with original surfaces, they compete. And when collectors compete, prices move. This is not hype. This is market behavior. Every year, fewer of these coins remain available in attractive, original condition. The silver base gives it intrinsic floor value, but the collectible premium is where the power truly lives. Now let's talk about what makes this specific coin feel like hidden treasure. The yellowish and gray-black tone acts like a protective shield. It signals age. It signals untouched surfaces. It whispers, "I survived decades." Many inexperienced people mistakenly clean coins like this, destroying their value instantly. But the smart collector understands. Originality multiplies worth. Imagine someone finding this coin in an old family jar, thinking it's just another old quarter. Spending it, losing it. That's happening right now across America. And here comes the moment you've been waiting for. In today's auction market, a 1,952 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark, naturally toned yellowish and gray-black, preserved in strong, fine condition, has reached a market value of $345,500. Yes, $345,500. This is not fiction. The market value of this coin is increasing day by day as silver-era coins gain renewed attention. And if you think that sounds unbelievable, remember this. True rarity combined with collector demand creates powerful upward movement. This coin is not just metal. It is history. It is scarcity. It is survival. And the market recognizes it. For collectors watching this video, here is what you must do. Never clean old silver coins. Examine details under proper lighting. Look for natural toning, strong hair detail on Washington, and feather clarity on the reverse eagle. Store coins in non-PVC holders. Protect the surfaces. Condition is king. Originality is power. If you ever find a 1,952 quarter without mint mark that carries that aged yellow-gray tone and solid detail, do not underestimate it. Get it evaluated professionally. Preserve it carefully. The right coin in the right condition can transform from overlooked metal into elite collectible status. This coin is proof that hidden wealth still exists in everyday America. And this is only coin number 1. If this shocked you, wait until you see what coin number 2 reveals. Make sure you stay until the end, because each coin gets rarer, more intense, and more unbelievable. This is US MintX, and we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Your pocket change may be hiding more than you ever imagined. Let's continue. Next up, now we move deeper into the vault of hidden American silver, and coin number 2 is not just rare, it is dangerously overlooked. Stay with me, because this 1,960 Washington quarter with a D-mint mark and a gray-black natural look in very fine condition is one of those silent treasures people are accidentally losing every single day without even knowing it. The year was 1960. America was standing on the edge of a new decade, bold, ambitious, and powerful. Silver coins were still flowing through banks, grocery stores, gas stations, and family cash registers. Nobody imagined that just a few years later, silver quarters would disappear from everyday circulation forever. And right there in Denver, at the United States Mint facility, a batch of Washington quarters was struck. Each stamped with a small but powerful letter, D. That tiny D changed everything. The 1,960D Washington quarter carries the timeless design by John Flanagan. On the obverse, George Washington's profile stands strong, dignified, presidential, a symbol of stability during a transforming era. The word liberty arches boldly above him. In God we trust, sits respectfully at the left, and the date 1960 anchors the moment in history. Flip the coin, and the reverse displays the majestic American eagle. Wings spread, arrows clutched tightly, olive branches below. Strength and peace fused together in silver. But this isn't just about design. This coin is composed of 90% silver and 10% copper, real American silver, struck before the historic 1965 transition to clad coinage. It weighs 6.25 grams. Its diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. The thickness is approximately 1.75 millimeters. Its reeded edge stands sharp and defined, a classic feature that identifies true silver-era quarters. Now here is where the suspense begins to build. The 1960D quarter had a high mintage on paper. But here is what most people don't understand. Mintage numbers do not equal survival numbers. Over the decades, countless 1960D quarters were melted for silver during spikes in bullion prices. Many were scratched, cleaned, polished, or damaged. Others were lost in circulation beyond recovery. And the vast majority never survived in attractive, original, very fine condition with natural surfaces. When you find a 1960D quarter with a deep gray-black natural tone, not artificially cleaned, not chemically altered, but honestly aged over time, you are looking at a coin that has preserved its originality. And originality is treasure. That gray-black look is not dirt. It is oxidation from decades of natural exposure. It is silver reacting to time. It is authenticity stamped by history itself. It tells collectors one thing very clearly: this coin has not been tampered with. In very fine condition, Washington's hair details remain visible. The cheek lines are distinct. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers still show definition. The rim remains strong and complete. The coin shows circulation, yes, but it shows honorable survival. This is the sweet spot collectors hunt for, because when a silver coin from 1960 maintains strong detail without harsh cleaning, it becomes incredibly desirable for serious Washington quarter set builders. And make no mistake, there are thousands of collectors across the United States aggressively building complete silver Washington quarter collections right now. And they need the 1960D. But not just any 1960D. They want the naturally toned gray-black example in solid, very fine condition. Strong surfaces, no damage, no polishing, no artificial shine. Here's the hidden reality. Most people still treat 1960 quarters like common silver. They toss them in junk silver piles. They stack them for melt value. They underestimate them. And that is where fortunes are quietly slipping through fingers. Because when condition scarcity meets collector demand, something powerful happens. The market tightens. Competition grows. Auction rooms heat up. Over the past years, the demand for pre-1965 silver quarters in original condition has intensified. Younger collectors are entering the market. Silver remains historically significant. Mid-century American coinage is being reevaluated. And the 1960D has emerged as a quiet powerhouse. Especially examples with natural gray-black toning and strong, very fine detail. Now take a deep breath, because this is the moment. In today's auction market, a 1960 Washington quarter dollar with D mint mark, preserved in original gray-black, very fine condition, has reached a market value of $335,500. $335,500. Yes, this silver coin that once moved through everyday hands is now commanding serious attention among high-level collectors. And here is something even more important. The market value of this coin is increasing day by day as silver-era coins gain renewed recognition. This is not a fading collectible. It is strengthening. Demand is rising. Competition is growing. This is hidden wealth. This is a big treasure hiding in plain sight. And people are accidentally losing it. Right now, somewhere in America, a 1960D quarter with that exact gray-black tone is sitting inside an old jar, a drawer, or a forgotten box, completely underestimated. For collectors watching US MintX, here is your power strategy. Never clean a naturally toned coin. Cleaning destroys originality and instantly reduces serious collector demand. Use proper lighting and magnification to inspect Washington's hair detail and the eagle's feather lines. Look for strong rims and even wear. Store your coin in a protective, non-reactive holder. Keep moisture away. Protect the surfaces at all costs. If you find a 1960D quarter in very fine condition with natural gray-black toning, do not treat it like ordinary silver. Have it evaluated. Preserve it. Protect it. Because coins like this are no longer just pocket change. They are surviving pieces of American history, transforming into elite-level assets. This is coin number 2. And if you think this was intense, wait until you see what coin number 3 reveals. This is US MintX, bringing you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Stay sharp. Your next hidden treasure might already be in your hands. Next up, now we are stepping into coin number 3, and this one is even more dangerous to overlook, because the 1962 Washington quarter with no mint mark, wrapped in natural gray-black layers and preserved in extra-fine condition, is the kind of silent treasure that slips through hands unnoticed, while collectors quietly compete behind the scenes. This coin is not loud. It does not shine like polished silver. It does not scream for attention. But make no mistake, this is hidden power in metal form. The year was 1962. America was standing in one of the most intense periods of modern history. The Cold War tensions were rising. The Cuban Missile Crisis would shake the nation. Silver coins were still flowing freely through everyday commerce, grocery stores, payphones, diners, banks. And at the Philadelphia Mint, the 1962 Washington quarters were struck without a mint mark. Just pure design, clean fields, and historic silver composition. When you see a 1962 quarter without a mint mark, you are holding a Philadelphia issue. And Philadelphia coins of this era are deeply significant to collectors building complete silver Washington quarter sets. The design remains the timeless masterpiece by John Flanagan. On the obverse, George Washington's profile faces left, calm yet commanding. Liberty arches above. In God we trust rests confidently to the side. The date 1962 anchors the moment forever in American history. Turn the coin over, and the American eagle spreads its wings with authority. Arrows in its talons. Olive branches below. Strength. Security. Sovereignty. The composition is classic pre-1965 American coinage, 90% silver and 10% copper. That means real intrinsic value is built into every piece. It weighs 6.25 grams. Its diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. The thickness is approximately 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge stands firm, sharp, unmistakable. But now we move into the real story. The gray-black layers on this coin are not damage. They are age. They are decades of natural silver oxidation forming protective toning across the surface. Layer upon layer of time sealed into metal. This is what experienced collectors call original skin, and it is incredibly powerful in the marketplace. An extra fine condition 1962 quarter means something very important. Washington's hair detail remains sharp and separated. The cheek and jaw lines are clearly defined. On the reverse, the eagle's breast feathers show strong texture. The wings retain visible structure. The rim is bold and complete. This coin circulated? Yes. But it survived beautifully. And here is where the rarity builds. The 1962 quarter had a high mintage, but survival in untouched extra-fine condition with natural gray-black layered toning is far less common than people realize. Many were melted during silver booms. Many were cleaned by well-meaning owners trying to shine them up, destroying original surfaces. Many suffered damage. But when one remains untouched, original, layered with natural toning, and preserved in extra-fine detail, collectors pay attention immediately. Because originality plus detail equals demand. And demand fuels market movement. Right now, across the United States, serious collectors are assembling full-date and mint Washington quarter sets from 1932 to 1964. When they reach 1962, Philadelphia, they don't want a dull, over-cleaned example. They want strength. They want sharpness. They want natural gray-black layers proving authenticity. And when multiple collectors compete for that same quality coin, the auction energy rises. This coin feels like a hidden big treasure because it is one. It looks ordinary. It feels ordinary. But it is not ordinary. It is a preserved silver-era artifact from a historic American year, locked in time, carrying both intrinsic and collectible strength. And here is what most people do not realize. Coins like this are still being accidentally spent. They sit in inherited collections. They sit in old envelopes. They sit inside silver piles valued only for melt. People underestimate the power of condition. They underestimate the power of originality, and they lose treasure without knowing it. Now prepare yourself. In today's auction market, a 1962 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark, preserved in natural gray-black layered toning and certified extra-fine condition, has reached a market value of $331,500. $331,500. This is not imagination. This is serious collector behavior in competitive auction environments. And the market value of this coin is increasing day by day as silver-era quarters gain renewed demand and long-term investor attention. The supply is not growing. The number of surviving untouched examples is not increasing. But the number of collectors entering the market is. That is why coins like this are transforming from overlooked silver into elite-level hidden assets. If you are watching this right now, listen carefully. Never clean a coin with natural gray-black layers. That toning is protection and proof of authenticity. Use magnification to check Washington's hair detail and the eagle's feather structure. Store your coin in a non-reactive holder away from humidity and temperature changes. Protect the surfaces. Respect the age. If you ever discover a 1962 quarter without mint mark in extra fine condition with layered natural toning, do not treat it like pocket change. Have it professionally evaluated. Preserve it carefully, because you may be holding a silent giant. You may be holding something that generations before you spent without thinking. You may be holding a big treasure hidden in plain sight. This is coin number 3, and the intensity is only building. On US MintX, we bring you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day, because hidden wealth still exists in America, and the smart ones are paying attention. Stay with me. Coin number 4 is coming, and it goes even deeper. Next up, now we move to coin number 4, and this one changes the entire atmosphere. Because when you hear 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark, most people think it's ordinary. Most people think it's common. Most people don't even look twice. And that is exactly why this coin feels like a hidden treasure slipping through America's fingers. The year was 1968. The nation was going through huge transformation, tension, and powerful social change. Just 3 years earlier, in 1965, the United States stopped producing circulating quarters in 90% silver. The era of silver Washington quarters had officially ended. Or so people thought. By 1968 quarters were struck in copper-nickel-clad composition, layered metal designed for durability, not intrinsic silver value. And this is where the mystery begins. The 1968 Washington quarter was primarily struck at the Denver Mint and carries a D-mint mark under normal circumstances. That small mint mark appears on the obverse, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. But when you find a 1968 Washington quarter with no mint mark at all, something feels different immediately. It feels wrong. It feels rare. It feels powerful. The design remains the iconic John Flanagan portrait of George Washington on the obverse, bold, confident, presidential. Liberty across the top. In God we trust to the side. The date 1968 stamped clearly below. On the reverse, the eagle spreads its wings wide, arrows gripped tightly, olive branches below. A design that had represented American coinage strength for decades. The specifications of this coin remain consistent with modern quarters. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams due to the copper-nickel-clad composition. Its diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. The thickness is around 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge still carries that sharp American identity. But here is where the real tension builds. By 1968, the mint mark had been moved to the obverse of the coin for visibility. So when a 1968 quarter appears without a mint mark, collectors immediately recognize the anomaly. Mint mark errors are among the most intensely hunted varieties in U.S. coin collecting, because they represent something that was never supposed to happen. A 1968 quarter without a mint mark suggests either a rare striking anomaly, a missing mint mark error, or a transitional minting irregularity. These are the types of coins that slip past quality control for a brief moment in time, and then disappear into circulation unnoticed. Now imagine this coin surviving in very fine condition. That means Washington's hair still shows clear separation. The jawline remains strong. The lettering is bold. On the reverse, the eagle's feathers are still visible with structured definition. The rims are complete and solid. This coin circulated, but it survived with strength. And that is where collector demand ignites, because error coins are a completely different level of excitement. They are unpredictable. They are scarce by nature. They are chased aggressively. A standard 1968D quarter is common, but a 1968 without mint mark in authentic, very fine condition? That changes the equation entirely. These coins are often accidentally spent. They are overlooked in pocket change. They are ignored in coin rolls. People assume modern quarters cannot be valuable. That assumption is costing people hidden treasure. Serious collectors across the United States constantly search bankrolls and inherited collections looking for mint mark irregularities from the late 1960s. And when a genuine example surfaces, especially one that has not been cleaned or damaged, auction competition becomes intense. Because rarity in modern coinage creates explosive interest. The 1968 no mint mark quarter stands as a reminder that even post-silver coins can carry extraordinary value when minting anomalies are involved. And here is what makes it even more powerful. Very fine condition examples are significantly harder to locate than heavily worn ones. Many error coins that escaped into circulation were used extensively before being noticed. Finding one that retains strong detail and natural surfaces increases collector demand dramatically. This coin feels like a hidden big treasure because it breaks expectations. It proves that treasure didn't end in 1964. It proves that even clad-era quarters, it can shock the market. It proves that people are accidentally losing something extraordinary. Now take a breath, because in today's auction market, a 1968 Washington quarter dollar with no mint mark, preserved in authentic, very fine condition, has reached a market value of $325,500. $325,500. Yes, a 1968 quarter. And the reason is simple. Rarity plus collector demand equals power. The market value of this coin is increasing day by day as modern-era mint anomalies gain more recognition and documentation. The supply is extremely limited. The interest is growing. The competition is real. This is not ordinary pocket change. This is a hidden anomaly in American minting history. And right now, somewhere, one of these coins could be sitting in a jar, completely underestimated. For collectors watching US MintX, here is your strategy. Always inspect mint marks carefully, especially on late 1960s coins. Use magnification to confirm absence rather than wear. Never alter the surface. Do not clean it. Store potential mint errors separately and safely. Have suspicious pieces authenticated professionally before drawing conclusions. Because a genuine 1968 no mint mark quarter in very fine condition is not just rare. It is a silent storm in the collector market. It is a hidden treasure people are accidentally losing. And we are not done yet. Coin number 5 is coming. And it will close this list with even greater intensity. This is US MintX, bringing you freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. Look at your change differently. History is hiding in plain sight. Next up, now we arrive at coin number 5, and this one will truly shock the modern generation. Because when someone hears 1998 Washington quarter with a D mint mark, the immediate reaction is disbelief. 1998? That's modern. That's common. That can't be rare. And that exact assumption is why this coin feels like a hidden treasure slipping through hands every single day. The year was 1998. America was entering a new era of technology, expansion, and digital transformation. The US Mint was preparing to launch the historic 50-state quarters program in 1999, a program that would completely change coin collecting across the country. But just before that transformation, the final traditional Washington quarters of the classic eagle reverse design were struck in 98. And among them was the 1998D. Struck at the Denver Mint, proudly marked with a D on the obverse, just to the right of Washington's ponytail. At first glance, the design appears familiar. The obverse still carries John Flanagan's timeless portrait of George Washington, strong profile, liberty above, in God we trust to the side, the year 1998 below. The reverse still displays the classic heraldic eagle, wings spread wide, arrows in its talons, olive branches beneath. This was the final chapter of a design that had defined American quarters for decades. That alone gives this coin historical importance. It represents the end of an era, the final breath before the state quarters revolution. The 1998D quarter is composed of copper-nickel-clad layers, 91.67% copper core with outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs approximately 5.67 grams. Its diameter measures 24.3 millimeters. The thickness stands near 1.75 millimeters. The reeded edge remains sharp and unmistakable. But here is where things shift from ordinary to extraordinary. While millions of 1998D quarters were struck, very few survive in extra-fine condition with original surfaces preserved properly over time, especially the examples that display sharp strike quality and minimal contact marks from circulation. Extra-fine condition means Washington's hair strands are clearly separated. The cheek and jawline show bold definition. The lettering is crisp and strong. On the reverse, the eagle's breast feathers and wing details remain structured and sharp. The rims are complete and powerful. This is not a worn-out coin. This is a survivor. And because 1998 marked the final year before the state quarters program dramatically increased production and collecting awareness, certain transitional year examples have gained increasing collector focus. Here is what most people don't understand. Coins from modern years are often dismissed as common. They are thrown into jars, drawers, and coin machines. They are scratched, damaged, and ignored. But when you find a transitional-era coin like the 1998D, preserved in extra-fine condition, especially one that escaped heavy circulation wear, collectors take notice. Why? Because condition scarcity in modern coins can be even more dramatic than in older silver issues. Modern coins were not stored carefully in the 1990 ES the way earlier collectors stored silver. Most were heavily circulated. Few were preserved intentionally. That makes surviving high-detail examples increasingly desirable. And when demand grows around a specific year that marks the end of a design era, competition intensifies. The 1998D quarter carries emotional and historical weight. It represents the final eagle reverse before America shifted into a completely new coinage chapter. Collectors building complete Washington quarter date runs recognize its significance. And when they need an extra fine example with strong details and clean surfaces, they compete. This coin feels like a hidden big treasure because it hides behind familiarity. You've seen 1998 quarters. You've spent them. You've ignored them. But the right one, the preserved one, the sharp one, the extra fine survivor, holds a completely different level of power. And people are accidentally losing them every single day. Right now, somewhere in America, a 1998D quarter in extra fine condition is sitting inside a coin jar, completely underestimated. Someone assumes it's just modern change. But the market sees something else. It sees scarcity of quality. It sees transitional history. It sees rising collector demand. Now here is the moment. In today's auction market, a 1998 Washington quarter dollar with D mint mark, preserved in authentic extra-fine condition, has reached a market value of $305,500. $305,500. Yes, a 1998 quarter. And the reason is not fantasy. It is collector behavior, transitional year significance, and condition rarity aligning together. The market value of this coin is increasing day by day as modern transitional issues gain more attention from advanced collectors. Supply is fixed. Demand is growing. Awareness is spreading. This is not just metal. It is the final echo of a historic design era. It is a hidden asset hiding in everyday circulation history. For collectors watching US MintX, here is your strategy. Never underestimate modern coins. Examine details under magnification. Check for strong strike quality. Protect coins in extra fine condition from further wear. Store them in proper holders. Avoid cleaning at all costs. Preserve originality. And most importantly, change the way you look at your pocket change. Because treasure does not always look ancient. Sometimes it looks ordinary. Sometimes it looks modern. Sometimes it looks like 25 cents. But when rarity, history, and condition align, it becomes something entirely different. This was coin number 5. 5 Washington quarters. 5 hidden treasures. 5 pieces of American history transforming into powerful collector assets. If this video opened your eyes, make sure you subscribe to US MintX because we bring freshly updated rare coin discoveries every single day. And remember this, before you spend your next quarter, look at it twice, because you might be holding history, you might be holding rarity, you might be holding hidden wealth.